Go ahead and make your way to a seat. Make sure that you have everything that you need for your practice. There's some music for you if you want it. And just take a moment to sit down, root down into your sit bones. Take some deep breaths as you allow yourself to turn inward. Give the shoulders a little roll back and down. As you start to take your awareness into your own body, into your breath, check in with yourself. Do a quick scan of the body. Notice where your thoughts settle. To begin our practice today, I want to start with a Yoga Sutra. Undisturbed calmness of mind is attained by cultivating friendliness toward the happy, compassion for the unhappy, delight in the virtuous, and indifference toward the wicked. Flutter the eyes open, and we will start today in a heart bench to open up the chest and the heart. So our heart bench, the first block will go on the medium setting, long edge parallel to the long edge of the mat. Second block on the highest setting where the head is going to rest on. That first block you can replace with a pillow or bolster. Second block you can replace with a pillow or bolster, so you don't need two blocks. You can replace them with either. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and make your way there. That first block will tuck right in between the shoulder blades. The bottom catches right at the bottom of the shoulder blades. Can always take a few moments to adjust yourself at the beginning of your practice. Don't have to rush to get into it since we will be here for a longer period of time. Let the arms come out wide. Knees can stay bent, falling in towards each other. You can straighten out the legs or take your reclined bound angle if you'd like to bring some openness into the inner thighs and hips. Completely optional. Sometimes that can be pretty intense in the morning, so find what works for you without trying to force it. Find the mild edge where you feel that stress in the body, and not going over the edge by any means. Not even getting up to the edge, just noticing right at the beginning of that stress in the body. Take some deep breaths into your heart as you begin to settle in. With today's focus on inner peace. Sometimes we think of peace as as kind of this elusive thing that just slips through our fingers. It's hard to understand, it's hard to grasp. But we can start to simplify what inner peace is by letting the mind focus on a singular thing. Deliberately focusing our attention on something is one of the main components of mindfulness, of a mindfulness practice, to deliberately bring our attention to something. Bringing our attention to a place. This can also be called awareness. Awareness is a great word because you can be aware of something without having to attach any feeling to it. When we begin to detach our feelings from sensations, from awareness of what's happening in our mind and our body, we recognize that we are not our thoughts. Maybe even say in your mind, I am not my thoughts. My thoughts are not my existence. Allow the chest, the heart, the ribs, the shoulders to soften down with 5 more rounds of breath. At your own time, bring the arms in and straighten out the legs. Very slowly, as you exit out of this posture, take your time. Lift the head up first. Push into the elbows, the forearms, the hands, as you start to make your way into a seat. We'll take a few moments in a seat, whatever comfortable seat you'd like, to allow the spine to come to a neutral place and also to reflect. this idea of peace, I think sometimes we want to attach it with this idea of non-doing, almost in a negative way where it feels as though we're sitting by and just letting things happen without taking action. I do think that there is almost this opposite way of thinking as well, where if you are deliberately bringing your awareness towards something, that is taking action. When you're ready, we're going to make our way into a seat. Set your blocks to the side. If you want to sit on something soft, you are welcome to. I'm going to grab a blanket. We're going to send the legs wide first. So a lot of times in here, especially in the mornings when I'm feeling pretty tight, we're going to bend the right knee first. So if you want to place something under the left knee, so you're not feeling that hyperextension behind the knee. Right knee is bent, so the knee is kind of out wide with the right heel in towards the groin area. Get rooted down into the sit bones. There's a couple options we can take here. We're going to just slide the left hand down the left leg and feel that stretch into the right side of the body. The gaze can be slightly down or forward. Other options you can take if you want to bring some support into your practice. Blocks are really nice. If you want to stack the blocks, you can kind of figure out a way that works for you. You can rest the elbow on the blocks and rest your head in your left palm. Fully relax the legs. You can explore finding your mild edge if you want to take the elbow down a little further. You can also use a pillow or stacked blankets or books. Another option here, if you want to send the right arm up and over to rest on the head. This is completely optional. You can also just take the right hand down to the leg or to the ground. Or just take your lean over to the left. Take a deep breath in and an exhale to settle. Feel the breath as it flows in and out of the nose, and also in and out of the right side of your body. I personally struggle with the idea of peace, peace in general, inner peace. It is a constant battle of understanding for me of this idea of letting go, of struggling and letting go, of attachments and feelings, and also taking action and directing my energy towards something that I care about. We can also think of peace in this way of balance. And balance isn't something that exists on its own forever. Balance exists with opposites playing off each other. The yin and yang symbol is a great visual to help me understand this. Balance, equilibrium is based off of your perception and reference points. It is always moving. That's what the dots in the yin and yang symbol represents, is this always constant fluid motion of what balance is. The light and the dark, warmth and cool. When I think of peace in this way, it becomes more tangible, more understanding. Take 5 more rounds of breath. Slowly take your time to come up all the way. Take a moment to neutralize. If you want to draw that left foot in just for a moment, please do. We'll eventually make our way to the other side. Can move your props around. I do like to send the legs out wide first, just so I can feel nice and grounded with the legs wide, sit bones down, and then left knee bends as the foot draws in, the left heel in front of the groin. Just take a moment to settle in here. No rush. We'll eventually draw that right hand down the right leg. Feel that stretch into the left side of the body. The head and neck are soft, legs are released. You can take your support if you want to bring the elbow down to your blocks. You can send the arm up and over. You can use pillows, bolster. Left hand can rest to a place that's comfortable. Sometimes I think we focus so much on the stress that we're putting on the body, where we feel the tension. We forget about what all the other parts of the body are doing. So just take a quick scan of the body. Rest your hands in a place that feel good. Your inner light shines when you are at peace with yourself and the world around you. Let go of the struggle and feel the beauty inside you. Allow all to just be. Sometimes letting go of the struggle means if there's a battle happening inside the mind or the body, sometimes letting go of the struggle means to take action. Sometimes it means to rest. And sometimes it means to take action. Being at peace with yourself, letting your inner light shine, can also be applying your wisdom, your strength, applying your power. Sometimes our inner light, when we are at peace at most, we are fighting not only for ourselves, but also for others to also live into their inner peace and their light, so that they may let go of their struggles and feel the beauty inside them. Because for some people in our world, just being isn't easy. Even some of the ancient warriors, they practice a lot of the concepts that we practice here in yoga as well, with breath work, calmness of the mind. And they're in the midst of battle. Take 5 more rounds of breath. At your own time, start to come all the way up. Set the props aside. You'll eventually start to lie down. In a neutral place, resting on your back. Rest your head on something soft or bring some padding under your knees. Arms and hands out to the sides, or you can rest the hands on your belly. The solar plexus, very powerful, strong center of the body. Just take a moment to get comfortable and let the eyes close. As we close out our practice this morning, I will leave you with some words. Peace. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. Please stay here in your restful Shavasana for as long as you need today. Take your time, maybe 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes. Enjoy the rest of your Shavasana. Take care.